Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Okay, let's talk about what is currently going on with Hassan on social media. It is absolutely blowing up and it is out of control. It is literally out of control. Now, before I get into this video, I think it's important to note that anytime I've ever spoken about Hassan, whether it be positively, negatively, and I think I've only talked about Hassan maybe less times that I can count on one hand on my YouTube channel, the H3 people will come in and be like, here's another Hassan dick writer. Guys, just because someone is being harassed like I am by Ethan Klein does not mean that they are therefore up Hassan's ass or anything of the sort. So let's get that out of the way first and foremost. But I do see the narratives that get spread about Hassan on social media normally started, honestly, by Ethan Klein on his manic Instagram stories and then get spread very quickly because of the H3 Productions, snark page. The biggest snark page of all time is what I call it. It is truly one of the worst places on the internet for spreading false information and just harassing people. And then all of Ethan's little pawns on Twitter as well, and all these reactionary upload Twitter pages that will clip and say anything that Ethan does because they know that he gives them shoutouts. So you can imagine that whenever I'm scrolling on my Twitter a couple days ago and I see this clip of Hassan going around and of his dog Kaya, and everyone literally, because of Ethan's Instagram stories, is saying, and Ethan, the H3 people are literally going on full defense saying that Hassan is an animal abuser. And I'm like, what is going on here? Literally, Ethan, the second this clip dropped, he is all over his Instagram story. He's making TikToks. He's condoning animal violence. He's all like this, which is so funny considering how much cheese he fed his fucking dog as well. But anyways, aside from that point, that's another thing that we'll dive into another day because I really do want to talk about that. But anyways, I saw that he was doing all this. All of the Twitter bros that are up Ethan's ass, all those really nasty pages, were posting what Ethan was saying and doubling down on Hassan is an animal abuser. And I was like, what the fuck? Let me look into this. So I look into it and it's a clip of Hassan on stream and his dog is, as the dog always is during the streams, in the bed behind. And the Kaya, the dog, is getting up and moving, and Hassan turns around and basically tells Kaya stop, because Kaya is getting up and she's moving or whatever. And if you watch Hassan's streams, I don't, but in any clip I'll see, Kaya the dog is always kind of just chilling in the back. And I also saw something online, because this is how these narratives spread, that said that Hassan is an animal abuser because his dog sleeps the entire stream in the background. And he'll be live for 2 to 4 hours and the dog is sleeping the entire time. This is really crazy to me because first and foremost, I just want to say that my dogs love fucking sleep. They're literally in here right now. They love just sleeping. And then whenever I get up, we go and do stuff. Specifically bigger dogs as well. I just have a French bulldog that's lazy as hell. My cockapoo kind of just waits until I'm done and then we go outside. It's really crazy to me and dangerous how these narratives are spreading. So he does that, and Kaya the dog is getting back into position, and very clearly when you zoom in on the clip, this is my first take on it, you could see that Kaya the dog got hind nail or something like that cut on the bed and yelps. And that literally is very clear in the video. And basically, people are then saying that because Hassan was moving around in the clip, that Hassan was pressing a button to shock Kaya, the dog, with the collar, literally shock Kaya. And I was like, well, I saw the dog literally clip its nail on the bed, if you zoom in. But people are saying that Hassan, is remote control shocking the dog because the dog dared to move around. And I was like, whoa, this is the clip that they're all using. And then they were sharing, Ethan and all the H3 people on the H3 Productions Reddit were sharing these photos of dog collars, and it had this white circle in it, which was a shocker. And they were like, look, this is the collar that Hassan uses to shock the dog. And it was this big white thing in the middle that would shock dogs, because people do use shock collars on dogs, which I don't agree with, by the way, first and foremost. But then that was quickly disproven whenever the little white thing was not a shocker. It was actually an Apple AirTag. And so anyways, I just think that there's something so disturbing about how quickly, specifically, Ethan jumped. Like, literally before Hassan had even said anything, Ethan has a live podcast. Hassan Piker fully canceled over dog controversy. TikToks, Instagram things. Him and his community are calling Hassan Piker an animal abuser. Like, an animal abuser is what they're calling him. And so, anyways, Hassan has responded. Let's get to it. Sorry, this is the normal speed I watch YouTube videos in. Let's slow this down a little bit. Here we go.
Violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please.
So you see, look, the nail gets cut. And also the amount of social media posts that are going viral and look, they're all from the H3H3 subreddit that's like Hassan Piker, like, confirmed animal abuser. I'm like, wow, like, these people are so mentally ill. Like, they just wait for anything with someone like Hassan. Like, they come at him for, like, everything in general, but then they see a clip like this and their first reaction is, let's immediately run on social media calling him an animal abuser. And then obviously I can't even blame them too much for doing that, because Ethan is on his Instagram story and making TikToks, literally doubling down on it.
Reaching for a button of some kind.
Why are people mad about you, Kaya, / what were you doing? People speculated that I was actually shocking her. The clip looks fucking horrible. And they're like, oh, he was like hitting a button on his desk. I do not have a shock collar for Kaya, as I said yesterday, but it doesn't matter. People don't give a shit. All of the other...
That's the thing as well. No one who's actually, like, trying to call him out for this actually even gives a shit about Kaya the dog. They literally just care about hating on Hassan. And that's from an outsider point of view. That literally is my outsider point of view, someone who does not give a shit about Hassan. Like, sorry, like, y'all can't get me with Adam is obsessed with Hassan or whatever, the narrative that people always do whenever someone isn't just, like, berating Hassan with hate. It's crazy. It honestly is crazy, the narratives that people like Ethan immediately want to, like, jump to. It's like they're waiting for, like, bait. It's so weird. And also, it's just really disturbing because it shows that they don't actually care about anything in general. And it's so funny because Ethan was talking about this and he was like, people are calling me out for, you know, my animal care. You know, that's separate from Hassan. Do you hear yourself? Weird. We'll get to that in another video.
Clips that people have been showing are either the AirTag or the vibration collar that she has. You can just show the collar, shut everyone up. XU said he would donate 50K to a shelter if he did. This is one of Kaya's many collars. This is the one that people are talking about. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. There's the AirTag.
So people were posting a similar collar where this was like a shocker, but everyone literally in the moment as well, who isn't just like an Ethan dick writer, was saying, no, this is an Apple AirTag, which is very common to have on collars as well.
Is the fucking vibrator. I understand why people are concerned about it. It's okay. It makes sense why people would be like, oh my God, this person is being abusive if they only saw that clip. What were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think? That's where all my fucking Zintins are. From the cop to the PC, Kaya will be free. Yes, I will be addressing that as well. Don't worry. Why are people mad about you, Kaya, / what were you doing? There's a clip out there that in the aftermath of me getting my internet getting pooped, I come back live and I'm very frustrated. And while I'm fucking tweaking around, I give Kaya the place command as I usually do. And there's literally an emote for it.
Also, I saw online as well, H3 people being like, if this is what he does to dogs, can you imagine how he treats women? And it's like, these people are psychotic. These people are psychotic.
Place, which is one of the things that she knows, is she's like professionally trained. And I think while she was like getting up and down from the bed, I don't know exactly what happened, but I suspect that she tweaked her dew nail.
That's
like
literally what it looked like.
Nail that's like her dew claw on the side of the bed. People speculated that I was actually shocking her. It is basically a perfect shitstorm because obviously I have a lot of haters. Obviously, a lot of people love dogs, myself included.
Yeah.
The clip looks fucking horrible, and people were like speculating because I was like moving around, and they're like, "Oh, he was like hitting a button on his desk." The most insane part about it is that a lot of people were just like automatically under the assumption that I've been like abusing my dog that I love more than most human beings. Dogs hurt themselves sometimes. It literally looks like she got caught and it hurt. You literally gave her belly rubs right after. I know. It did get heavily blasted into orbit, and a lot of people are like losing their minds over it. It's okay. It is what it is. Mine did not corroborate yet, so that must be true that you're the worst. I know. As an animal conservationist, she's been secretly actually participating in the abuse of, once again, one of the most beloved dogs on the planet. Here's March in the chat. Funny part is Kai legit lives a better life than most people I know. Lamau, I know. It is pretty fucking nutty that that is like an angle of attack here. I saw it all over my ex for every 15 posts I saw saying you shocked her. There wasn't even one in your defense, and those horrific posts had millions of views. It's okay. It is what it is. I have people.
And again, it's just so crazy because, again, none of these people that were actually doing these posts, like this crazy motherfucker here, actually, and this is after being edited, actually give a fuck about it. Like, it's so despicable. It really is.
People who have made it their full-time jobs to like professionally hate on everything that I do. This is an inevitable byproduct of this. In any case, I do think that there are people out there who saw the clip and were like, this looks so bad. And they got completely fucking duped by the framing of it. And it's all right. I understand. For those of you who are confused by it, I do not have a shock collar for Kaya, as I said yesterday, but it doesn't matter. People don't give a shit. All of the other clips that people have been showing are either the AirTag or the vibration collar that she has, which I use when she is free roaming. You didn't refute the claims until now? No, I have. I did immediately. And the vibration collar for off-leash training doesn't work in the way that you guys think it does. Her hair is far too thick, as this chatter also correctly pointed out, for there to be any sort of collar that actually works in that way. This is...
Also, what's so crazy to me about, like, Ethan running with this narrative is there's literally images, I think, like, Hila posted, of their dogs with those collars that, like, dig into dogs' necks. And I don't agree with those either. Like...
one of the most insane sagas that I have participated in so far. It is laughable because, once again, I have been around so many other content creators, people that do like literally animal welfare advocacy and things of that nature. This dog is a famous dog, and she is one of the best taken care of dogs of all time. Like, straight up. Lives a better existence than I do. Lives a better existence than many of you do. Definitely lives a better life than my haters do. That's for sure. As someone who almost always agrees with you on stuff, the clip where you mentioned buying a shock collar before and the other clip where you talk about Frenchies and your response to the collar being too tight were all disappointing. But yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone was just accusing you of something so awful. Yeah, the clips that they're using are from like 10 years ago when I was talking about not using a shock collar. That's what I mean. That's what's so crazy about it. Because like in the clip that they're using from like literally 10 years ago when I had a different dog, my former dog that passed away, I'm straight up in the OG clip being like, someone suggested I get a bark collar because Fish actually barks quite a bit. Fish is my previous dog. Here, this is what
wanted to use.
There's a bunch of clips that are going around right now. People are trying to build this narrative. Here's the 19-second clip. I'm going to show you what they're using currently.
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. I have it still. I bought it.
That's weird. What is that flash cut in between?
Dogs. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
Here's the original clip.
Sorry, I mean, this is just crazy. Again, there's very little to say when people are using edited clips to build a narrative. Also, why would you want to build a narrative about anyone being an animal abuser?
Wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. For Fish and his dogs barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still.
Is like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I can't imagine how exhausting it is to literally have people edit clips of you, like edit out things you're saying that completely dispute what they're accusing you of, and then them go viral. And people like crazy Ethan Klein perpetuate it.
Oh, I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
That's literally from like 2018 or some shit.
But I couldn't do it.
Damn, why'd they cut it like that? Why don't you let it roam around the house? I'm not a hate watcher, just curious. Okay, so let me address a couple things really quickly. First and foremost, I have done this. I have addressed this a million.
That's such a weird thing to me. People saying like, why don't you let free roam? Before I watch any further, my door, like right here, I have a door right there and it's open and both of my dogs are choosing to lie down right there. Bonnie and Dolly are both lying down. Well, Bonnie's lying in the bed and Dolly's lying right down there. But they're choosing to do that. They can free roam this apartment if they want, and then we go out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a dumb point. Like, normally when animals, like, kind of love you, they do want to be around you, and literally, like, same way like Hassan streams, like, I'm filming videos, they want to be down. Like, that's such a weird point.
Times over. I've also shown in videos like Kaya's day-to-day experiences and stuff like that. Obviously, she gets out. She has an incredibly active morning. And not only that, but she also has an incredibly active afternoon. She gets 2 hours of playtime every morning at either the gym or at the park that I go to. And then as a big dog, as big dogs oftentimes do, she passes the fuck out for extended periods of time throughout the day. On top of that, at night, in the afternoon, she gets another hour-long walk. The reason why she gets another hour-long walk is because sometimes she gets bored, and that's understandable. Other times she runs up to the door when my mom comes in. As far as not letting her roam in the room itself, there's a very specific purpose for that. That is because, and this is something that I've described over and over again, the reason why she's not allowed to roam inside of this room, with the exception of like stretching or getting up, getting down, drinking water, things like that, is because she likes to lay on the ground. When she lays on the ground, that's terrible for her fucking joints. Every single thing that I do with this dog is either with a professional dog trainer or with a vet. Professional dog trainer or a vet. A lot of people don't understand how serious this is to take care of your dog, how important it is to make sure that you have like proper activity, proper socializing, and to make sure that your dog gets out, make sure that your dog is actually active, and more importantly, make sure that your dog has a regimented and very structured life, especially when you have a very large dog. I have a very large dog. Large dogs have...
Even him saying this, it's so disturbing. It's so disturbing that Ethan was so quick to run with that narrative. Like, it's so disturbing. Specifically considering his history that he talks about so often. And also the fact that, again, Hila posts fucking photos of their dogs with those fucking like, hold on, let me try to find that. Like, it honestly is just, these people, like, preach and come up with narratives that almost apply to them, not anyone else. Hold on, let me try, see if I can find a photo of when Hila posted their dogs with the fucking collar. Like, this is just so inappropriate and so it's also just really weird. It really is weird. And Hila is like posting like comics of Kaya like being electrocuted and stuff like that as well. Like, Hila is literally posting this. She's posting like memes of like Hassan like electrocuting Kaya. Is that not weird? Ethan Klein is making long TikToks about it. They're resharing memes of the dog being electrocuted. Like, to me, that really doesn't seem like they give a fuck. It doesn't seem like they give a fuck at all, actually. It's very weird behavior. It really, really, really is so... It's so strange. I don't know if I can find this just, like, really quickly here. Let me see. Wow, I didn't know H3 got so many new dogs. Jesus Christ. All right, okay. So I'm going to look for it on my phone while I continue playing this, because I think it's a great point to bring up about literally their dogs having fucking those, like, digging in collars. Anyways, I'm going to look for it while we continue.
A tendency to get hip dysplasia later on in their lives, and they have joint issues. She is 120 pounds. The other reason why it's important that a large dog is very properly trained is because a large dog can accidentally hurt someone. If she accidentally played with someone and nipped at someone, that would be a massive issue. It's a little different than like a Chihuahua. They can also hurt themselves as well. That is part of the reason why I take this very, very seriously and have taken this very, very seriously from the start. There was a lot of like weird fucking comments. There, like, I'll bracket off the criticisms into 3 different categories. Okay. The number one is the broadest majority of people who saw that clip and were like, oh my God, this looks terrible. Like, this guy is fucking abusive or whatever. Right. Which is.
And again, people should be concerned. Oh, I find it. This is literally a photo that Hila posted of their dog with a collar that digs into it. Hila posted that. He's like spreading conspiracies about Hassan Piker electrocuting his dog with a collar. Meanwhile, his wife is posting that they have this collar that literally you can see digging into the dog. Their dog. You can see their collar digging into... Crazy. These people are so fucking fake. These people are dumb as shit. They really are.
Hilarious to say about someone like myself, especially considering that I am very, very careful.
Sorry, my point was that what I was going to say is like the people that are concerned, yeah, that's pretty normal and people should be concerned that someone is like abusing their animal. However, when the source is Ethan Klein creating conspiracies and Hila Klein reposting fucking comics and stuff like that. It's how dare you?
And very good with Kaya. I spend every waking moment with her. She is the love of my life. She's the most important thing in my life. Okay. I love her more than I love most human beings. The notion that I would be abusive to her is obviously ridiculous, but it is what it is. Virtually every single person that has been around us would attest to that, for the record. That's number one. So looking at like a 20-second clip over an 8-hour time frame that is negatively framed in a way to make it seem as though like I'm abusive or anything like that, it can reach a much larger audience. And if people are oblivious to it, they will get duped by it. And it is what it is. Number two, the second type of people that took advantage of this was the regular guys, like the pedo underscroll trolls of the world. From what I understand, Ethan himself was in some hot water for using a prong collar, which, by the way, ironically enough, I had used the prong collar in the past for Fish, my previous dog. So I think he was like using that as well to be like, oh, look, see, Hassan used a prong collar. And it's like, yeah, I don't anymore. And also, it's just, I don't know how that has anything to do with me. Like, your audience is yelling at you over that sort of thing. On top of that, there was like the third category.
It's a good point that Ethan's audience as well are talking about him using the collars, but it doesn't matter if he does.
Of people who are totally in the periphery. You only go one VOD bag and Kaya roams the entire VOD amount. I know, but it doesn't matter, right? Because if you are in here for an extended period of time, you already know this. You already know that Kaya gets to run the show, do whatever the fuck she wants. But the problem here is that the narrative is not being guided by people who are interested in having a reasonable opinion on this. Crazy to me that you have to give attention to this matter. All your viewers should know better. No, it's okay. It's understandable. Especially because this is like a big deal. The clips don't show her trying to lay on the hardwood floor. She just stepped off her pad. Please explain. No, that's what I'm saying. She steps off the pad to go lay on the hardwood floor. That's why I give her the place command. The place command is done for multiple different reasons, but for the most part, the reason why, if you've ever trained a dog professionally or anything like that, you know that the place command is given. Oftentimes, if your dog is like getting excited or barking or things of that nature, it's supposed to like ground them and calm them down because you're giving them a command. Dogs respond to order and a rigid, structured regimen. In any case, I don't know the exact reason as to why she yelped.
She's so
she has done
cute
so in the past
back.
as well. I suspected it was
little does she fucking know what's going on as well, which is just
because
crazy.
She like either tripped or she got her dew claw, like the higher thumb looking claw, clipped on the side. There's a lot of people that immediately were like, oh, this is what's going on. I see exactly what happened. He fucking is like secretly fucking like pressing a button that he has on his desk or something like that. I have multiple collars. I'm going to address the collar thing in a second as well. I have multiple collars for Kaya, and I put an air tag on them. I put an air tag on all of her collars to make sure that I know where she's at. And one of the collars that people are pointing to from previous days or from like months ago is the collar that is a vibration collar, a collar that I use specifically to communicate with Kaya when she's free roaming at the park or when she is, off leash running around. When you leave your dog to free roam, to go out on the trail or whatever, there are going to be instances where you can yell for her to come back to do recall, but because she's so far away that she can't hear you. That's where the vibration collar comes in. It vibrates. It doesn't actually have any sort of like shocking component. And there are multiple different versions of this. There are the no bark collars that I believe both vibrate and also emit like a large sound. There are shock collars as well. They all look very similar to one another. But the vibration collar is what they were pointing to be like, oh my God, he has a collar that he's using to abuse her and shocking her. This is by far your stupidest.
It's also crazy that like Hassan haters like Ethan and stuff are like hoping that he's abusing the animals so they can like have a gotcha moment, which again is so weird.
Controversy yet? I know, but it's a lot of people understandably love dogs. I do think it's kind of crazy that one of the 1,000 times you yelled place on stream, the yelping only happened once. I know it's such a common thing that I do that there's an emote for it. Dude, none of these guys crying about it train their dogs. They know nothing. Yeah. Shock collars are not bad for dogs if used correctly. Any dog trainer will have you put the shock collar on your arm and feel it. Yes, I have done that. If you've ever used a Thames machine, it feels like ants. That's what the sensation feels like, but it doesn't even matter because like I don't have that anyway. I think you should wear the collar and bark for chat would make everybody happy. I think the worst aspect of it was
I'm sure Ethan would fucking love that, by the way. His fucking like almost like Hassan fetish. He fucking wants him so bad.
I was frustrated because the internet had cut out and I didn't immediately like rush to her. I went to her afterwards to see if she was all right, but she was, of course. And that's it. And I do take accountability for that. I should have immediately went over when I saw her yelping, and that's it. But the idea that I'm like a abusive dog parent is completely fucking ridiculous. Is this what you have to deal with on a regular? Dumb controversies and desperate attempts to discredit you? Yes.
Is that her just no leash walking?
Look at this.
Oh my God. How is this possible?
Bro, when you have discipline in your life, when you have a rigid structure in your life, when you work hard, you can achieve anything. Okay.
What the fuck?
Wow, she's so up.
Buddy would never do that.
Yeah,
if Kevin was here, he would have ran right in front of that van and got hit and died.
Buddy would have at a certain point loved to do that. You just didn't teach Buddy that.
We tried.
Kaya, let's walk.
Oh my God, this is insane.
Good girl.
You know what?
Can you just show the collar, shut everyone up? XU said he would donate 50K to a shelter if he did. Yeah, man, you explain things well and shit, but show the collar though, dude. Okay. Sure. Kaya, okay. Come here. This is one of Kaya's many collars. Come here. Sit. This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy? That's it. There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime, and it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost, it emits a sound. Kaya! Come here, baby. Place. There are days where Kaya doesn't wear a collar. There are days where she wears a different collar. This, in and of itself, doesn't actually work in the way that you think it does. Here, this is the flashlight, and this is when it vibrates. Kaya, come here. Place. I understand. I understand why people are. I understand why people are concerned about it. It's okay. It makes sense why people would be like, "Oh my God, this person is being abusive." If they only
People should be concerned. That's what I'm saying. People should be concerned if someone is being called out for being an animal abuser. However, it's really fucking unfortunate that the people that are doing that are like fucking incels, like Ethan and fucking all these little fucking dweebs online.
that clip. It doesn't matter. And this will not go away for the record. I'm sure that the people that are saying that this is not like the real deal will continuously and expertly scrutinize every minutia to say, oh no, you don't understand. This is a situation where he's trying to get out of it or anything like that. Will all those that slandered you apologize now? No, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't. No, because they've been targeting you before this and they will continue to do so in the future. Exactly. And they will continue saying like, I don't believe it. I don't, it's this or that. The greatest counter to this would be the 7 million hours of me hanging out with Kaya. Like, she's been on stream for 10,000 fucking hours at this point. She's grown up on this stream. She's been outside on stream. Why can't you just grab the collar and show us? I just did. Genuine ask, aren't a bit of massive advice to give large open space to roam around in, though, apart from everything else you ever sitting for hours on end in one spot. Is that okay for her? Yes. Everything that I do with Kaya is from professional trainers and from vets. Okay. I'm very on it in terms of like reinforcing the training. Because if you actually train your dog or you take your dog to a trainer and then refuse to reinforce that behavior, you ultimately allow your dog to slowly but surely expand the permission structure, and dogs need good guidance at every given moment. A lot of people who are like talking shit right now are completely oblivious to that reality. They've either never taken care of a pet, they've never actually taken care of another living, breathing, organic thing, whether it be a fucking hamster or a dog or anything else. And for that reason, they just don't understand it. Overprotective? Maybe. Abusive? Laughable? Yes. I am very overprotective. I am perhaps a little bit too type A of a dog parent. If anything, I'm a little too hyper critical. But the reason why I do that is because I don't want to fuck up. Large dog, what were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think?
Not the damn Zins. I hated Zins when I tried them, by the way. Yeah, this is unfortunate. And again, is just another ploy by Ethan and his crew. And it really is pathetic. It really is. I want to dive into this a little bit more with the hypocrisies with Ethan and Hila specifically on this, like leading this. Like it was Ethan, Hila, and the H3 of it all that was leading this. And they don't care if Hassan was to disprove it because, again, what they do with the people that they don't like is they just constantly throw new narratives hoping one sticks. We'll leave it there. I'll talk to you down below. I'll see you in my next one, and goodbye.